Hey everyone, this is going to be another game review for the kids to be able to sit and watch. This was against a school, Calvary Lutheran, and again, we are a homeschool club. For those that may watch this that don't know that, but we're homeschool. They are a private school, and anyway, not really pertinent information, but this is just, well, I guess the only pertinent information might be that they play 11 on 11. We usually play 9 on 9. When we go play schools, we will play 11 on 11 with them. So we have a couple new players that, well, are on the other team that just came over here and played for us because we were also, this team, which is team one, was missing a couple players. So anyway, we had a couple others come from the other team to help us out. And that meant we were playing a little different positioning and weren't quite used to it. Although, even though it was just a very little change, you don't really recognize or see it much on the field. So, anyway, we'll get into it. This is the first play here. I'm sorry, not the first play, but the first one that I wanted to stop. And then pause and go through it. We're going to go right here. I'm going to pause it and then go to the bottom and do the slow motion. So we lost the ball here. She tries to make a pass to one of the two right there. Mishits it, which happens to everybody. And so nothing really there, but right. There really isn't much here. And the reason I say this is we had a party or a dinner just last night before I'm recording this, and we talked about this exact play. And it's tough because you're trying to stay the outside back here. Right now they're even. He's perfectly even with a center back. But she's stepping up forward just a little bit while he's running back. But the reason it doesn't matter, well, the ball was kicked when he was, so it doesn't actually, there's really nothing to review there. He was perfectly in line when they actually kicked the ball, and then he's running back there. And it wouldn't have mattered even if it was a couple feet offsides, because the ref you see in the middle was the only ref for this game, and I'm not sure he would have been able to call that. But I will say, as far as the ref this game, did an amazing job. There was one call that I disagree on, but one call in an entire game, and he was doing a really good job at calling offsides on both teams. And anyway, so really good job by one ref. But as we go here, the only review, which again, we talked about it last night, is for which was similar to the review from our other game, is the outside back here on the side. Just go straight to that ball. Make him make a pass versus dribbling all the way in and hoping that our center back gets to him, which I pointed this out to the team last night. We'll go all the way back here to right here. Pointed out to the team, this player in the center back wasn't here, but I said, do you know why she plays center back? Usually. She's our starting center back. But I pointed out to all of them and asked, do you know why she plays center back? And it's because of this right here. When she gets beat, she is 100% hustle straight to that ball. Now, I mean, it looks to me, if the kid held it another second, she would have been on it. But back here, and this isn't a knock on either one of the two or three players around this girl, but you can see she's real close to one, fairly close to the boy in the middle. But she, again, her hustle, by the time she gets down here all the way, she's way further away from those two because, again, she hustles. So anyway, so really good on the hustling on that kid. And you'll see here in a minute, the other kid they were just really fast. And sometimes you just can't beat speed. So we'll go on to the next one. And the rest of these should be fairly quick, much quicker than this one. Than the first one there. So right here, we lose it again. There we go. And then looks like right when they kick, Maybe the only thing here, which this is the first time I've ever noticed this, is the center back, instead of trying to step in front, and I think what you're doing is doing probably a really good read of the ball, knowing that he's going to pass that. And in our other league, to be honest, not a lot of kids will make that pass in the air, so she's stepping in to get that. So almost too good of a job on that read, and just stay on the back side of the kid. Either way, though, even if you had been even, this kid is, again, really fast. And he gets to the ball, gets a shot off, and I don't know if it would have mattered if you were behind him or in front of him, especially if he had the momentum going forward and you were standing still, because you wouldn't have had that momentum going backwards. So anyway, moving on. I think what I was pointing out here, something I did really similar to the last review for Team 1, is, we'll pause it here, the outside back, wherever you are. And then we did, I'll zoom in right there, he is playing stopper, which is a new position for us, and we're still not 100% sure how to play it. But the outside back on this side, if you could hustle up, be right in the bottom corner of the screen. So when he gets the ball here, he doesn't have to turn. He can drop it back. Then the play will go on from there. Not that it mattered. This is the player with the ball does a really good job at controlling the ball. And not that you need to see it, but he does get around him and gets pass off. So did a good job anyway, and it wouldn't have mattered. Now, right here is something that I honestly just pulled the first clip that showed this that I saw, but and I don't think I got any other clips. So while we're looking at it for the girl that's playing on the far side there, this happened to several kids where we have plenty of time to dribble the ball. We dribble, and pass way too late. So again, this is the one I'm showing because you guys don't need to see 4 or 5 of these, but it happened to several players where we need to get in the habit of making that pass before they get there. And this team happened to be stepping there quicker than any of the other teams we've played so far this year. But we do play 3 more schools still. And then right here, this is their third goal. So at this point in the game, it's 2-1. They scored those 2 goals. We had a PK. This is their third goal, where what I wanted to point out here is, one, I'm assuming, and I think I was yelling it on the field or when I was on the side, to talk. We have to do a better job talking. And there's 4 kids right there, 3 that are going for the ball at once, and the 4th one that's just fairly close. Of course, he's not in the play. But all we're doing here is, I think if one person, any one of the 3, would have spoken up and talked and said, I got it, the other 2 could have backed off, and we wouldn't have ended up like this. The other thing I want to point out here is the outside back. I have my daughter saying, yes, Clara. Sure, can I wait 1 minute? Hold on just a second. Sorry. I'm going to keep that in the video because I really don't want to have to record another one here. So, right here again, talk, but the outside back, there's really no need for you to be in there. You should be out here closer to maybe even splitting the difference between these 2 backs right there. And this kid, again, he I think was the one that scored the first goal. He's just fast. And again, this girl that's playing center back is the closest one to him because, again, I keep saying again. I should stop saying that. Because she hustles like crazy. They get another goal. They go up 3-1. And this one is my last clip. I think what I'm pointing out is more of the bunching up. So right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players, all way too close. Way too close. And then this time, the girl, the blonde here on the left, out of the play. I believe is the outside mid, and if you could be over here closer to the shadow, I think from the camera maybe, or I don't know what that was from, not the camera though. So anyway, let's go back, rewind it. Really, if you could be out wide, that may, there's still a question, may have been an opportunity for you to have a shot on the goal. And then again, this was the last clip for the game, for this game. At this point, it is 3-1 the other team. I want to point out, but there really wasn't a good way to do it in a clip. I wanted to point out that our team never put their heads down. We came back and ended up winning 4-3 from this point. So two things. One, never put our heads down. We hustled. It was really cool. Really great to see that from the kids. All of the hustle and that they never let down. And then the second part of that is we proved that we were in better shape than this other team, which is why we run a bunch in practice. I think I pointed it out in the other game, in the other time video that I did for Team 1, that we could see at the end of the game, they are standing around, they're getting tired, and we are still running all out. And a few of these kids didn't even have a sub at all during the game. So one, or if they, once I switched to center mid with a sweeper because the center mid was running a bunch and needed a break, so I just switched those. But then one of the other center mids, the one earlier that I said had really good ball control, never subbed out of the game and runs the entire time, never stops running. So both of those, and it really went for everybody. Both of those we did an amazing job on. Ended up getting the last 3 goals to be able to win 4-3. So thanks everybody for watching.